All right. So, today we're going to be doing an oil change on a 2017 Audi A4 Quattro. I do them around every 5,000 miles or earlier. This has got 4,700 miles, so just came in the mail. Shout out to FCP Euro for the infinite oil glitch. That's pretty cool. If you don't know, everything has a lifetime warranty, even brake pads. If you're doing track days, might be a good idea to get some FCP Euro stuff. But yeah, as you can tell, I have a lot of spare oil. So, what are the steps to do it? A, take off engine cover, take out the oil filter, pop open, and insert the tube for your siphon for the oil. These guys, you don't need to drain the plug. You can if you want, but you know, I'd rather not find out glitter in my oil, so we'll just leave it at that. A little carefree, never hurt anyone. You're going to put it through the dipstick tube. Notice I didn't say dipstick. There's no dipstick. I don't have a dipstick. As you can obviously tell, Audi doesn't make a dipstick. At least from factory. Did that just break? Yeah. Like it goes to show, cheap plastic stuff breaks, obviously, over time. So, let's get started. Alright, so obviously, to do this, we've got to use a siphon. I purchased this bad boy from Amazon. EWK siphon. It's like 6 quarts or something like that. This will do good. First time ever doing this with this one. Previous one I had lasted around, I don't know, what, 3 times, and then darn thing actually just stopped sucking. And I found out the hard way. That was mid-oil change. Don't leave stuff. That's littering. We're going to be using the thin tube on this guy. Big tube. We're going to be using the big tube. So, big tube it is. Okay, so, first off, don't mind all these white specks. Buddies and I were messing around with the engine one day, and coolant everywhere. That's a story in and of its own time. But, so, lesson learned. Take off the engine cover this way, not this way. 3 points of interest: oil filter cap, dipstick tube, and oil pour place. I don't know. You pour oil there. I don't know what the specific word is. Also, shout out to Audi for making a metal valve cover. That's pretty cool. And if you're wondering what type of socket thingamajiggy to take off, it's going to be the 32mm axle nut. It fits. It works. Works pretty good, actually. All right. Let's take off the dipstick cap one more time. Hopefully the other half doesn't break. That was a lot easier. It's important to place things so you don't lose them. I don't care, so I'm putting that right there. Next up, I'm gonna just ever so crack this puppy a little bit. Next up, I'm gonna open the reservoir container. Recommended Castrol. No. Why? Das Liquid Moly is best, yeah? Except, you know those videos of guys in the Marines where they're in basic training and they get that thing shoved up their nose so they can breathe because there might be like clogging from blood or whatever? We're gonna do the same thing. So, here comes the airplane. Oh, okay, well, this one's too big. So, this is a little interesting. They make you, instead of being able to just replace it from the base to put the thinner tube, you just add an attachment. So I'm dealing with the tube this long. It's whatever. That's fine. We'll live with it, I guess. But anywho, like I was mentioning, like they do in the Marines, you just shove it in the nose, so pop that puppy in there. That's good. Let's start pumping, see what happens, yeah? Yeah, just keep doing this till you get a good amount of flow going into the siphon reservoir. So let that sit for about 3, 4 minutes, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, who knows. Enough till it's empty and it stops pouring. Also, pro tip, like I mentioned earlier, make sure your cap is off the oil reservoir. It'll just help it flow better. You know, like for example, shotgunning, you don't just pop the hole and drink from it. You open the cap so you got airflow. Quick side note, I don't know why some people ask me this, but they'll say, what's liquid moly? It's oil. And in response, they'll say, are you drinking oil? Do you think I'm drinking oil? And they're dead serious. Is that just full of oil? What? Yeah, I just drink oil. Yummy. Anywho, rant's over. Also, in regards to what oil I'm using, you could just go on FCP Euro, and they usually have oil kits on what your car requires and needs. But if you're being specific and not saving money getting on FCP Euro, Liquid Moly, it's a good brand, 5W40. Reason being, it's hot here in sunny Florida. I don't need a really thick oil. I'd rather something lighter. Is it ever going to snow? No, unless if you're in Tallahassee or a nuke goes off and there's fallout radiation. At that point, I don't really think oil changes will be very essential on your list of things to do. More like hiding in a bunker. At that point, you probably have a diesel running off of oil. So 5W40 motor oil. That's what I recommend. As for the filter, like I said, FCP Euro offers it. Good brands are Mon or Hengst. FCP Euro. Last one came with a Mon filter. This one comes with a Hengst. They both get the job done. So side note, every time you're working on a car, somehow you get cut. I just don't know. I don't even know what did it. All right, while this is doing its magic and sucking away, we're about 2 liters full so far, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the oil filter now. Why? Because I'm impatient and I just want to do it now. I got a little bit of rag wrapped around it in case if it leaks a lot. Most likely shouldn't. Gravity works like that. Little bag you put it in so I can ship it back to FCP Euro to get the filter back. So yeah, just the old hand loosen it. It's like Indiana Jones. All right. Take that puppy out. Dump it in the bag. We'll call it a day. Step is going to be taking off the O-ring on the old filter housing assembly covered thingamajiggy. You get the idea. And we're gonna pop this puppy back on too. Usually wrap it around itself, and I'll just make sure it's all lined up, and just take some of the oil and wrap it around itself. Following that, we're just gonna take this filter as well. Just pop it in there like that, and it stays. And common sense dictates if you screwed it left to loosen it, then we can just screw it right to tighten it. And as to how tight you do it, well, yeah, you'll find out pretty quick. It just stops moving. Until we're almost done. We're almost to 5 liters of oil done. You know how Neil deGrasse Tyson says speed is relative? I mean, I guess in this case, torque is just relative too. Like I mentioned before, when you put it down, you give it the old, oh, good lord, ugga-dugga that way. Not moving, you're fine. I mean, I've always been taught with oil filters hand tight, and I'd rather not crack a plastic cover on a German car and cry 3 grand later. See it rattling? That's because it's reaching the bottom near empty, right on time. You gotta love when things work out like that, where it's, you know, say a light turns green just as you get to the intersection, or in this case, straight at 5.5 liters, it's empty. Look at that, all done. So, take that little fancy tube, try not to get oil everywhere, right? That's the fun of it all. As mentioned before, we're using Liquid Moly. I found this takes usually a whole container and then literally a hair of this one. The question is, do we use oil that we've yet to finish, or do we use the new bottle? Can you smell it like a drink? Like, can you just, does it smell good? Is that why? Sure, we'll just say it's good. I'm gonna take this puppy. One of the most satisfying things to open as well is an oil container from Liquid Moly. And fun fact, I'm not sponsored. This is just my own personal opinion. Off. Let's get started, shall we? Let's see how much I spill off the bat. This is almost empty. I usually just do this whole bottle and like you're supposed, oh, look at that stream. And then like you're supposed to, let it run for a sec or two, kind of get out everywhere. And then after that, I will add the top off remainder from the little container. And we are all set with this chug jug. Now we start up the car. Moment of truth, if it goes boom, we'll find out pretty fast. Second thing being, didn't record it, but I did put the cover back on the oil reservoir and the little tube cap on the dipstick. Go over to service and checks, because I don't have a dipstick like I mentioned, mine's inside the car. So we're gonna go to oil level. Okay, not ready quite yet. So, okay, we've been kind of doing a little two-step burnout. Not really, just giving it some revs in the parking lot, get the juices flowing, literally. Yeah, the joy of not having a dipstick, you still can't read it, even if it's in the car. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off the engine. Done this enough time. 97 degrees, that is hot today. Here again, back at the factory. Back in the lab, yo. Better capture that moment, hope we don't lose it. Anyways, so, that'll get wiped off. Gonna take off that reservoir cap again. We're gonna add about a liter, not a liter, about a tick line really, nothing crazy. About yay much. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and start up the engine one more time from the inside, give it some revs, let it sit for a sec, and check the oil the level. That is after we remove the rag by the belt and put the cap on. Alright, let's go ahead and check out now what the oil level looks like inside. Moment of truth, oil level, okay. In the ever so wise words of Mr. Jezza, Jeremy Clarkson, behold my genius. I'm just gonna wipe down a little bit around, get some of the oil that's into the plastic out. See, that's the thing. I just twisted the darn thing and the other piece came off. Not that it's important. It's literally just a tube cap, but still. Last step to making this car look brand new, at least on the inside, because obviously it's brand new. We just did an oil change, basically a race car. Super difficult for some people. Just smack that thing. If you messed up somehow along the way, it's kind of on you. It's pretty much common sense. Do I recommend starting how to work on cars on a German car? No. Because from what I've heard, like their women, it will take your money and leave you stranded. Alright, so oil change is done. What can we walk away from this? A, Audi quotes me about 260 bucks to get my oil changed. All of this together, well, you only need to buy this once. This was 110 bucks on Amazon. Did this job pretty darn good. Oil equipment, 76 bucks, 67 bucks on FCP Euro. You save yourself a lot of money, and it gives you hands-on experience with your car, and you can feel like a man. You know the old expression from Ron Swanson, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Don't teach a man how to fish. Let him figure it out for himself. YouTube. Let him feed for himself. He's a man. So, same goes for this. Last little bit of check. Does the oil look spicy? No, oil looks good. Doesn't look like milk, and there's no glitter. So, yay, no one dropped any glitter bombs in my engine. Also, if you guys want more dumb videos like this, not dumb, but fun, interesting videos, let me know. Because I don't know unless if you don't tell me. So comment down below, say something, or double tap, whatever those things are. People say, like and subscribe to my video. Only difference is that I'm not going to do a giant clickbait like a fire explosion on the engine. Whoa, I blew up my car today. I don't have enough money to do that. So we'll just say today I did an oil change. And I saved myself some money.